We are live, so let's just begin. Welcome, guys, to the 4GwQPodcast podcast, episode 17.
17. Write that number down.
Assassin, yep. I was just going to say, where's Giraffe? Sassy the Giraffe or whatever. That's like a staple now. We have to have that every show. Anyway, episode 17 for November 13th, 2014. I am Inferno217 as always, and we have our usual crew this week to talk about some serious topics here. Italian Clowns, as always. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
We have Chaos.
Hello.
We have Sassy the Giraffe, a.k.a. ZPCI Assassin.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, so that's the usual crew. Yeah, so we got only a couple topics really today, but I expect it to go, probably close to an hour. But, the big hitters this week, Halo Master Chief Collection, Assassin's Creed Unity. We've got our opinions about that, and safe to say that it's gonna be a good one. But before we get into that, let's just give a shout out real quick to Xbox Culture. Xbox Culture, our advertising partner in crime. Go over there, check out the site for some news, reviews, interviews, very unique interviews. Wouldn't you say, Hugo, if you're here? Wink, wink. Some cool forums over there. You guys make 5, 10, 15, 20 posts. I don't even know what the hell it is anymore. I think it's 5. And you can get into their monthly giveaways, which Assassin won last month. He won a copy of Evil Within. But for November, they haven't listed what the giveaway is yet, but they will have one. So get over there, join the forums, make a post, say hi. Say you came from the podcast, and nothing special will happen. I know you're expecting us to say something special would happen, but we will say what's up, and that's about it. But it'd be great if you went over there and joined. They're a great group of guys over there. So go check it out. Yes, Turtle, I did remember to change the episode number this week without you reminding me, but thank you for thinking about that. Anyway, so that's Xbox Culture. Go check it out. And as usual, we'll do our press start feature, which will just give a quick word or two about what we've been playing and maybe where we are in the game or whatnot. And we'll get started this week with Assassin, since he never starts. Go.
Some Halo, some Loading Simulator, aka Assassin's Creed Unity, and some Forza Horizon 2.
Excellent. Everybody, I don't know if you've watched the last couple of weeks, you might notice that Assassin sounds a lot better. Dare I say sexier this week? Tell them why that is.
Turtle Beach makes some great headsets, so mine broke after 6 months of having one. So they finally replaced it after like 3 weeks.
So now he sounds much better, and that's the reason why. Just thought I'd shout out Turtle Beach there for making good/crappy products. They sound good when they work, right?
Yep.
But anyway, Chaos, what have you been playing?
Finished Sunset Overdrive story. Unfortunately, the multiplayer is
Still fucked
non-existent. Yeah, still fucked up.
Yeah.
I keep on checking the forums, and all they say is it's problems with users' routers. I think that's bullcrap.
That is.
Unfortunately, I've had to go back to Crapsody, or Destiny, or whatever you all guys want to call it.
Crapsody. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I might have to go back and check out the new Iron Banner stuff, depending if they've actually made it like they advertised, as you said earlier. Off show, we talked a little bit about how Destiny's supposed to be making their Iron Banner more like it was initially advertised, which was cool sounding. But we'll get to that when they actually do it. We'll probably mention that in the show. But yeah, so anyway, that's what Chaos has been playing. I forgot to change the topic, though, from Moobot, so that topic is incorrect. I will change that momentarily. Clowns, what have you been playing?
Assassin's Creed Unity. I gotta say, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Even with the issues here and there.
Yeah, for me, it's very intermittent. It's not consistent like a lot of other people are having problems with. Maybe my Xbox One is just better. I don't know. Sorry, guys, but I don't have the same issues you guys have.
Yeah, we'll get to that in depth, the issues, but It sounds like Clowns is like really the only one not having them at any regular interval. But anyway, I've been playing some Halo Master Chief Collection. We finished the Assassin and I finished the story for Collector's Edition, the original one, and we did it on Legendary. I didn't get credit for it because I disconnected from host about 10 milliseconds before the last cutscene ended. But whatever, I'll go back and do it again. I mean, that's bull, but it was fun nonetheless. So yeah, let's press start for this week. All right, we'll get into, before we go to Halo, we'll do Assassin's Creed, since in my opinion, I don't know about these guys, we'll hear from them. The Assassin's Creed problems in general are just more problematic, like more unlikely to fix anytime really soon. We've got a slideshow going right now showing some of the issues. We had a before and after pic right there of one of the characters not loading their face. Warning to young viewers, this could be a little graphic because all you see is blank eyeballs and gums and teeth and crap. It's really disgusting looking, actually. It's kind of...
Turtle,
it's funny.
shut your eyes.
Yeah, turtle, earmuffs, eye muffs.
Earmuffs. That's for when I talk later. Put your earmuffs on, because I'm going to be cussing like a sailor.
So, yeah, what do we think about this? I mean, this is just, it's just not right at launch to have something pushed like this. I mean, look at these pictures, Jesus Christ. First of all, let's go over some of the problems we've been experiencing, and we'll go to Assassin because Clowns hasn't really been experiencing them.
All
Assassin,
lies. Don't believe it.
Assassin, what have you been experiencing with the game?
When I'm in a mission or running away from people, major frame rate, it ruins the stealth, the fighting. I can't really pay attention. When I'm running away, the game will freeze. And then the sound will go away, and then I'll come back, and then like I'll be dead because I was frozen, but the game wasn't. Or my favorite part, I'll be climbing a building and decide to jump down. I jump down, hit the ground floor, but I actually don't hit the floor. I go through the floor, and just keep on falling. That's my favorite.
Yeah, we're gonna have a video of that in a minute, not from you, but from somebody else on Xbox Live here through the upload. But yeah, what is that noise? Hold on, let me see. I can't tell who's making that noise. That is kind of annoying. I understand. Hold on, let me see if I can fix it. So, Assassin, what would you say the frame rate is like? It's supposed to be 30. What would you say it's like?
I'm probably the wrong person to guess. 10? I don't know. 20? 15?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's when it's bad, it's bad. From what I've seen, just videos. I mean, I haven't played it, so I can't really say. But from what I've seen, it's like probably somewhere in the 15 to 20 range. So, Clowns, you haven't been experiencing any of these issues, essentially?
Not as bad as you guys, and not as bad as what the reviews are saying. I like I said, I think there's issues with some of the drives in the boxes, and that contributes to some of the frame rate issues and some of the falling through the map issues. However, in my situation, the only time I've had issues is where I go up against like 9 enemies at once and throw a stun grenade or a smoke bomb at the same time, then I'll get frame rate issues, and then the sound might pop here or there. Other than that, it's no big deal. The only other suggestion I have is do not open up AC initiates with Internet Explorer. Occasionally, you will freeze once you back out of Internet Explorer. For some reason, it doesn't load in game because they didn't have the capability to do that, I guess, in the Century. But that's the only real issue I have had where it froze me is just because of AC initiates.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, at least it's working for one of us, right? I'm Piderman says picked up the AC Unity bundle with Kinect for $350 due to a misprint in the ad. Go, I'm Piderman. That was a sick deal. You'd be more pissed at the bugs if you paid the full money. Yeah, exactly. But there are people out there paying the full money, and they're getting these bugs at launch. And this game was really hyped up. I mean, not as hyped up as Halo, I don't think, but this was a hyped up game. They played it a bunch of times at E3. They showed off the co-op, which apparently doesn't work very well either.
Well, to chime in on that,
Yeah.
the first day that I played the game, I did have issues with the co-op. I mean, the servers kept disconnecting, reconnecting, disconnecting, reconnecting. Like every 5 minutes, it would tell you, "You're connected, you're disconnected, you're connected, you're disconnected." So yeah, there's issues with the co-op there. But after the first day or so, my co-op seemed to work okay. I didn't try to do a full co-op mission or anything, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean that the first day was the issue for me. After that, it's fine.
Gotcha. So they might have fixed the co-op stuff, but initial reports and reviews came out and trashed the co-op a little bit for not working out too well. And that's really one of the big problems with games launching, with subpar quality is that the reviews come out and people don't revisit reviews. It's only very recently that people have been doing like these running reviews, these reviews that are like review in progress, and they like wait like a week to post their review and see if anything gets fixed. But
You
that's
know,
not,
and
what, go ahead.
just to add to that,
Yeah.
with that being said, when you have a game come out launched like Assassin's Creed, it's a huge title, and I mean it's been hyped up, and I'm sure it's been through its own betas, trials with the devs and everything. I don't know what's going on with the publishers on the back end sometimes, or the investors. I don't know if they're just pushing the stuff out there, but if you guys are listening, you should take the time to definitely complete and patch frame rate issues falling through the map, sounds popping. Those are some of the biggest thing that gamers are going to be upset about. It's sad to say, but it seems like Call of Duty Advanced Warfare is the only one that's had a semi-smooth launch on the next-gen system.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
I'm
Go ahead.
gonna have to chime in here on Call of Duty.
Please do. Yeah.
I'm not a lover of Call of Duty. I've never been, but I know that people who play Call of Duty have been promised for 2 years now that they were going to be able to play on dedicated servers, and to this day, it's still playing on host-based servers. Now, if some of you don't realize if you have hosts in a game, you have all the advantage in the world.
Yep. Yep.
If you have a crappy internet connection, you have an even better advantage,
Definitely.
which is not fair at all. Not in a shooter.
Definitely. Yeah. And the thing is with COD is that as we're showing the video now about the falling through the map thing. But as we talk about COD here, they're just doing the same old thing they've been doing time and time again. I feel like they don't want to risk by going to dedicated servers. They don't want to risk these issues that other companies are having. They're just going what's worked in the past, and people complain about it, but people are still buying it. So no one's voting with their dollars here. We're still buying this crap,
Yeah.
Um,
I think that's a big thing too. Is like you said, we all have a vote, and it's our wallet. When we pull out our wallet and decide what we're gonna buy, that's our vote. So
right.
But on the other aspect of that, these bigger publishers, and I'm not pinpointing any particular ones. I'm just saying in general.
right.
They know that they're the ones making these blockbuster titles. They know that they're the ones with the advertisements out there, and they're the ones that are going to get the sales. Unfortunately, this is how it's always going to be, unless smaller studios are able to compensate with the same type of advertising. And we've seen a lot of indie games on the Xbox One launch perfectly fine, very smooth, no issues. But these major studios with millions of dollars and awesome developers, I have no clue what's going on. But these investors behind these studios, they need to just chill and relax a little bit and let these devs do what they do best, make a great game, not just a semi-finished product to patch later 6 months down the road. Let's get it done before it's released.
Definitely agree.
Somebody definitely needs to be held responsible for some of this. And again, we're not singling out any company at all. This is just in general. But somebody needs to be held responsible. Somebody needs to be said, okay, you messed up, you're gone. Because let's be honest here. If you're making a product, let's just say video games is a product.
Yep.
If you're making a product, you sell it to me, it doesn't work. Anywhere else in the world, if your product doesn't work and it's broken, heads are going to roll.
Definitely. Yep.
There should be no normal.
Yeah. And Chaos, that point that you said off air about the cell phones, I mean, say it again, dude. Say it for everyone.
Okay, if I buy a cell phone, right, and then I bring it home, and I open it up, and it says, "Wait a minute, mate, we need a patch for it to work." That's not going to be cool, because when I pay that money for that cell phone, I want it to work out to spec, the way I paid for it. I mean,
Yep.
every other product in the world is like this. Again, we're not calling out any one company. This is just in general, but
Yeah.
when something goes bad with video games, it's sort of like it's okay, which, why should it be okay for that $1 million, billion-dollar industry when all these other industries, don't have to worry about that? They put out their products, they're not broken, but with video games, it seems it's okay.
And Piderman says in the chat that Ubisoft stock fell 10% today or this week. Is that?
Yeah.
Wow, that's harsh, man. That's awesome. I mean, it sucks because their stock fell, but I mean that's voting. I mean that's telling them that the people don't appreciate, what's going on here. Yeah, if that's true, that's unbelievable, man. Anybody in the chat, yeah, feel free to post something about what you think about this topic. I mean, this is a pretty hot topic right now about games coming out being unfinished. It started with Battlefield 4, really. I mean, it didn't start with Battlefield 4, but that's the most memorable one in recent memory that came out, and it was completely botched. So,
I agree with Clowns that it's partially because of the publisher pushing the developers, but also. These developers have lines of people who would love to test their games.
Mm-hmm.
All it would take was a large scale alpha or a large scale beta to get some of these smaller problems out of the way, so you can put the product out and it be better.
Mm-hmm.
And this day and age, everybody's lining up for these betas. I mean, you even hint at an alpha and a beta, and people are like jumping at the gun, like,
yeah.
Can I get in? Can I get in? So it's not like they don't have the option to use this. We can tell them what the problem is, and they can easily fix it.
And
the good thing about it is they don't have to pay us like they would game testers.
Exactly. And these companies, they hire tons of QA people to test these games. And, some companies hire better ones than others. I mean, to be honest, I know, my brother was a QA tester for a while, and he's let me in on some of the insight of what these people have to have for education-wise, to get these jobs as QA testers. I mean, you, me, any of us here could get those jobs. It doesn't matter what your education level is. Some people, they're just funneling in testers, paying them just to write up things day after day, and, they might be better off just going for dedicated gamers like us that would be able to tell them, maybe not in such technical language, but I mean, we'll be able to tell them what their problems are, and they'd be able to test it with hundreds of more people, if not thousands of more people. So,
and another thing too to think about is when you're an investor or a publisher, and you're going to push out like a major release title that's huge that everybody's waiting for, and then that there's issues, but you still throw it out anyway because you're going to eventually patch it 6 months down the road. Then all of a sudden you throw in all these microtransactions. I mean, gamers are not going to buy microtransactions until the product is completely finished, especially fans of the series, because they don't want something going wrong with their transaction. I mean, it's worrisome. Are you going to have frame rate issues and all of a sudden, like, one of the costumes don't look right? I mean, or there's a bug and you got to re-download the costume or repay for the costume? You got to think about this stuff before you push something out there.
mm-hmm. It's an awesome point. And Assassin makes a good point too in the chat, but he's not going to say it on the podcast.
I'll say it. If the game is going to be broken, like Battlefield, whatever Unity, they should give us, our money, part of our money back, or all the DLC for free.
Yeah, they got to do something to make it right. At least something. I mean, just fixing it for some of these games is not good enough, I don't think. Especially for people, some of us who are working, and Chaos made this point before a bunch of times, and I 100% agree. For people who are working and they've gotten hyped up by the and they really are huge video game fans. They get hyped up. They take days off of work, days off of school, what have you, to play these games. They get it on day one, and they can't do it. They can't do it. It sucks.
It would be very upsetting, especially for somebody like me. Most of the people on the panel know that I'm a pretty much broke as dirt all the time.
Yeah.
So when I buy a game, it's pretty much me making an investment on something that I hope that I'm going to be playing for a little while, because I'm not going to be getting anything else for a while. But
Mhm.
something I buy personally. So if I got hyped up for something, I took off a day from work or called in sick, it would be kind of disheartening for me.
Yeah. No, I agree. I know what you mean, man. I mean, so I used to. I mean, it's not on the same level because I wasn't really making money. But I remember in college, I used to like skip class all the time for big game releases. And on the 360, big game releases were big game releases. I mean, they came out, they worked fine, and like Gears 3 comes to mind, and that came out. That had a closed public beta, but I mean, even so, that came out and that worked really fine, and it was just a shit ton of fun. And then you get stuff like this that just hampers the gameplay. Yeah, but we got to kind of move on. But before we do move off AC Unity, I want Clown's kind of just mentioned it, and maybe he can talk a little bit more about the microtransactions in this game.
Yeah, it just seems like there's a ton of microtransactions. I think Assassin actually looked into it further than I did, but just for example, like if you press Y to like hack a weapon or get the weapon, it takes you to buy Helix points or whatever if you don't have enough. It's that kind of stuff is just ridiculous. Why can't you just earn it? I mean, eventually you can afford to pay for the weapon if you play enough in game, and it just doesn't make any sense, especially in a product that's not 100% finished up to par.
Right. So, Assassin, did you look at the pricing and any of that stuff? Or?
No, I just saw there was just a lot of microtransactions. I think it was to a point that I think it has more than Battlefield.
I think the only thing I saw was on my Twitter feed, and I think somebody mentioned that there was a $100 microtransaction for Unity. There was a package of 20,000 Helix points or whatever for $100. Like $100 of microtransactions? Like, come on.
Remember Warframe? It had something ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
But at least that was
free to play, right? Yeah. Good point, Assassin. Yeah. Yeah. So that's AC Unity. We're gonna move on because in the interest of time, but I think we hit all the points. Let us know if you guys are experiencing the same problems on Twitter or on YouTube. If you guys are watching this afterwards, let us know in the comments. We'll probably come back to this topic when the issues get fixed and maybe revise our opinions. But for right now, it's a little broken, man. Speaking of which,
I don't really have an opinion on it myself because I don't own it or anything. Yeah. But this is all hearsay for me and what I've seen on the news. So I'm just basing my opinions on that, which I guess I really shouldn't trust some of these news sites, but it seems like the issues are a little real. I mean, maybe they aren't as bad as everybody's saying. I mean, I hear the story for ACU is great. Everybody's enjoying the story.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, it's not all 100% bashing. We do, I think, enjoy the game so far. It's just these performance issues kind of hinder it a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah. Great point. And that's even more true, I think, for our next topic, which is Halo Master Chief Collection, which was big hype. No, Clowns is already shaking his head, but me and Assassin, yeah, we're going to support this thing. We're going to go down fighting. Yeah, so as you can see, the picture says Halo Master Chief Collection, parentheses, without multiplayer, ... because multiplayer lobbies are just not working out right now. I mean, they released a little baby patch, I think, earlier today, to put it quite frank, but I don't think it really did much of anything. We tried to get into some public lobbies again today, and Assassin, you want to explain a little bit what happens when you try to get into public lobbies?
You just sit there. I mean, what else?
Nice.
You just sit there.
Have
a nice conversation with yourself. Nice.
Yeah, see, the thing is, sometimes you'll go and you'll try to find a public lobby, and from my experience, you'll sit there and maybe 4 minutes goes by and you'll get in, and you'll play a game, and then you'll come in and you back out, and you matchmake again, and you could wait there for like an hour and nothing will happen. I mean, I haven't, but there have been reports out there of people waiting. I kid you not, when the game came out, people were so hyped about it. They waited for 3 hours to matchmake. They just sat there for 3 hours. Which is
I
just,
think I watched a live stream of somebody just sitting there waiting in the lobby.
yeah. Umpire Man says it perfectly, man. He says in the chat, Master Chief deserves better. He does deserve
Yes.
better.
Actually, this is kind of funny too. The day of release, Bungie tweeted 343. It's good to see Master Chief running again. So, and then everybody was in the bottom of the section. You could, you could make Master Chief better, blah blah blah. But whatever.
Yeah. Multiplayer, big issue. Single player works well.
To a point.
It's always been good. It's always been a good campaign, good lore to it, good story. That's never going to change, and I think even they updated some of the cinematics, so that's even better. And some of the graphics on Halo, well, the anniversary edition of Halo 2 got remastered completely.
Yeah, we're going to show a video of that now. I captured some gameplay earlier. All the gameplay is pretty much in 1080p. The Halo 2 Anniversary Collection one is not true 1080p. It's like 1380 by 1080 or 1360 by 1080. I don't remember the exact resolution, but I will assure you this downscaling to 720 that I had to do for the podcast, it still looks good. I mean, it looks very, very
It's
good.
still playing at 60 frames per second, though.
Yeah, good point.
Constant.
Yep, all of them, Halo 1 through 4. You get them all on the disc for $60, and you can play them again. You can play them for the first time if you haven't. If you're too young and you weren't around back in the old days, you can play the early Halos and experience it. And it looks fairly modern. I mean, even the CE one looks pretty good. I mean, it doesn't look great. You can tell the textures, some old programming and whatnot. But Halo 2 got the full-fledged overhaul for the next generation of consoles, and it looks pretty damn good. I'm not going to say it looks Xbox One good, but it looks, very late 360 to Xbox One good.
Do you feel like it feels a lot smoother? All the controls feel a lot smoother. Everything.
Oh yeah,
was really.
Yeah, I think number one, you can completely remap the controls essentially. They have a bunch of different options, so I mean that way you can actually adapt the controls to your favorite shooter standard, So I mean that's a big deal. The 60 frames makes a huge difference. Because we've been spoiled with good shooters being 60 frames a second on this console. I mean, I remember back on the 360 when all the good shooters came out, and a lot of them were 30, but they were awesome shooters. But 60 frames makes a huge difference. You guys agree with that, Assassin and Clowns?
Yep.
To me, I'm gonna be honest here. Frames per second.
Here we go.
It doesn't really matter to me.
Even for shooters?
People play with Warcraft, at like 3 frames per second and still play. So to me, it's not like a big deal.
Yeah.
I would tend to agree with that on every genre except shooters. I think shooters, it makes a big difference in reaction time and whatnot. But every genre other than that, I don't think it's a big deal. That said, Halo on the old consoles when it was 30, definitely iconic. I mean, it's still a great shooter, but I think it makes a big difference. And the graphics on Halo 2 Anniversary are phenomenal. But still the multiplayer doesn't work, which sucks. Even though the issues aren't as big as the Unity issues, I still think it's not not acceptable. Do you guys agree? Still, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, Halo 2 multiplayer not working. It's unacceptable, but you can still go and play the campaign. I guess that's a little better that you can play this updated campaign.
Yeah.
But for the majority of Halo players, just the majority here, most of them play Halo for the competitive, the multiplayer scene. I mean, Halo back in the day used to be a big thing for MLG, and it might be again if they can get these multiplayer issues worked out, which I'm sure they will. It's just going to give them time. They will.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a great game, and but if you were to buy the Xbox One for the first time, and Halo 1 was your first game, and you were playing it online, and you're not able to, that would be kind of a bad first impression, I think.
Absolutely.
But
Yep.
I still think it's got some great nostalgia to it. Great game.
Definitely. See, that's the thing that I think that's the silver lining is that it's hard to get mad at a game that gives you 4 complete games on a disc for $60.
And this was, strictly for the fans of Halo. The fans wanted this, I think, for a while. They wanted a remastered edition of Halo 2, and then when they announced all 4 of them, I think people went crazy. I mean, they went crazy over this. So, I think Cloud said too, it give them an A for effort. I'll give them an A for effort because it takes work to remaster all these games, but the issues with connectivity still got to be looked at.
Definitely.
Jump on what Chaos said here is that, I definitely give Microsoft A for effort. I think it's great they did this for the fans, and it still has a story. With that being said, I've never been a huge Halo fan, so just keep that in mind. However, I do think there's a lot of effort that went into this. I think it appeases the fans, and I think that once multiplayer's fixed, I think a lot of people are going to be extremely happy just to get on there and play with their friends. And earlier, Assassin, Inferno, Cody from Xbox Culture, a couple other guys, Turtle, we all went into a private match, and I mean, we still had fun. There were some issues with lag a little bit here and there. It could be the way the servers are set up, but I mean,
it's actually based on host if you're on a custom game.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think we determined that it was Cody's issue. But go ahead, Clowns. Keep going.
But
sorry.
It was still kind of fun just to sit there and rocket launch each other.
Yeah. I mean, private games are a blast, man. Right? I mean, Assassin, that was kind of old school for you, taking it back old school, right? But you still had fun.
Yeah, I like shooting clowns in the face.
Oh my God! Wow.
Well, he lunged at me with his lag compensation from 25 seconds.
Oh,
so
shit.
We'll blame that on the lag. But, again, that's coming from a guy that used to say some old Mario game somewhere, so.
Right, exactly.
So, Assassin had host? Is that what we're saying?
No,
not me.
Cody,
I did
Cody
get
had
an
host.
upgrade.
Oh.
So, me and Clowns were definitely feeling the lag. I mean, I recorded a few clips. Maybe I can throw them up if I find them. But
there's
definitely
one
some
on
lag.
mine.
There's definitely some lag. There was definitely some serious lag going on. But yeah, the custom games are fun. I mean, they're old school. A lot of the kids these days are gonna be like, these maps look like shit. I mean, if you play on the old Halo 1 maps, they're gonna be like, these maps look like shit.
Yeah, but for people like me and
yeah, for the old school gamers, yep.
Definitely old school gamers. People who used to pack Xboxes 5 miles in the mud for a LAN party.
Yeah.
Like me, you're gonna probably enjoy it. Which I wish I had the funds to actually buy the game, but I don't. So I'm just gonna put it out there. If anybody has a copy they want to donate, be nice. I will gladly take it off your hands.
Nice. All right, I got a video showing off what we were playing earlier. This is Rockets on Hang 'em High, one of the old maps. As you can see, the graphics not that great, and you'll see some of the lag compensation going on. But yeah, we had a lot of fun, and I know people in the chat are talking GTA. Sorry, we're not going to talk GTA really this week, but next week we'll definitely be talking GTA. We're hyped for it too. So, see right there, I direct hit Clowns. And nothing happened. And he direct hit me a bunch of times too, and it didn't happen. It wasn't just me. So,
you're on Hang 'em High. Y'all should play Rockets on Prisoner. That's the only way to play Rockets.
On Prisoner? Yeah, we should definitely do that.
That is crazy. When you get like 6 to 8 people on Prisoner with Rockets, it's like spawn die.
Yeah. Yep.
It's so fun.
Yeah, we'll definitely do it up. I mean, we've got a few guys that are definitely big fans of doing the old maps, so I mean, they are a lot of fun, even if you're a young kid and you want to play it again. But Inferno was scared of Assassin and I on GTA. Yeah, all right, we'll see. We'll see what happens when it comes out. Yeah, so I think that's all we really have about Halo. Anybody got anything to say about Halo other than say Assassin? Anything?
I feel like I should show this off, but
Put it up a little bit closer. It's hard to see. That's a replica of the plasma pistol, correct?
mm-hmm.
Nice. That's sexy. How big is that? Like a foot?
Foot. Yeah.
That's sexy.
And how much are you auctioning that off for?
Yeah,
$1 billion bucks.
1 billion.
okay.
Yeah, right, big guy.
Okay,
For
so
what?
for
I have
Hugo, if you're wanting it, it's $1 billion. I get half because I'm his pimp. So.
Nice. All right, so I think that's enough about Halo. Now let's move on. Ooh, we're actually making really good time. If anybody else has anything to say about Halo in the chat, we'll go back to it if you want to say something. So feel free to go ahead and say it. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, definitely hit us up on Twitter or leave a comment on the video and let us know what you think about the launch problems, about the multiplayer. Was it a big enough letdown for you to avoid it, or are you gonna wait it out and enjoy the multiplayer?
You know, we want to hear stories too. Like if you threw your TV through the window, did you throw your controller across the street? Did you YouTube it? Things like that. We'd like to know.
Yeah, definitely.
Let me just say something here, and I think. Today, I think I let a little bit of my personal issues leak into my professional life here. I just want to apologize to everybody if I offended anybody. And let me be clear. Halo for me was a big part of my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
So if I seemed like I was bashing it, I apologize. But when you're passionate about something and you live with something all your life, and you see something like this happen, it kind of fucks with your brain, gets you all mad and upset, and you sort of lash out. So, wasn't bashing, just very passionate. We'll say that.
We hear you. We know there are a lot of people out there that are pissed, and rightfully so. But we gotta vote with our dollars, and now with the internet too, we can let these companies know, like that. I mean, we can definitely let these companies know, and as long as you do it like in a respectful way, and don't sound like you hate them or whatever, then I think they'll listen, and especially a company like 343. So I think we all gotta consider voting with our wallets and letting them know that there are issues. But that said, I think they're fixing it. So I think we gotta understand too that they will be fixing it. Assassin says, "I heart Halo a whole lot." Great, Assassin. That was great. All right, I think that's it for Halo. Let's move on. Let's. What do you want to talk about next? Let's do deals with gold. There are 5 deals with gold this week on Xbox One. 5, and a lot of them are really good deals. And we've reviewed a couple of these games, so go check out the website 4GwQPodcast.com. We have reviews for some of these games on there, and we'll have more reviews about these games on there in the upcoming future. So definitely check them out, because of a couple of these games we've definitely enjoyed. So let's just go through them. We'll start with the retail title first. UFC is $20 off, so it's 50% off. It's $20. UFC, you think $20 worth it? You guys had EA Access. Did you guys play this? Oh, no, it's not on EA Access, is it?
Oh.
No.
Oh, okay. So forget that. We can't really talk about that. But I know the Jizzle, he's not here right now, but I know the Jizzle, shout out to him. He wanted to pick this up, so maybe he'll pick it up for $20. But it's a good deal if you're interested in MMA fighting. 50% off is always a good deal. Stick it to the man. We can definitely talk a little bit about that.
That is awesome. A great deal, awesome game.
30% off. That one's $6.99. Can you believe it's that little amount of money? $6.99 for such a great game. And I will admit, it only took me like 6 to 8 hours to beat it. But for $7, you spent $7 on some mobile apps, for God's sakes. How do you think about?
Yep.
What do you guys think about that value? I mean, Clown's
Good
kind of
value.
already said it, but I mean,
I read the review, so looks great game.
$7. I remember, and I've got to apologize here on the podcast to Assassin, because I remember when he was playing this with PS4, because it came out with PS4 first. He was playing it, and I said it was trash. I've got to bow down. I'm bowing down. I know you can't see it, Assassin, but it is a good game. Very good. Shout out to Ripstone for this one.
Yeah, it is awesome. It's like just like playing in a cartoon, and it's so well done. I can't even describe how awesome it is. It is just awesome.
Yeah, it's really
awesome.
It's really a hard one to describe. I mean, we've talked about it on the podcast before when we got the copies and we did the review, and I mean, you really gotta watch some videos, check out our review about it. It's really a zany game, and like Clown said, you're like in a cartoon. It's awesome. So that's Stick It to the Man. We very highly recommend you pick that up if you didn't get that. Next one, Clowns can really talk about. He did the review on the site for this. Kickbeat is $7. That's 30% off. It's normally $10. Would you say that's worth it for $6.99?
Yeah, I would say so. It's something to do in the meantime, and if you like fighting games and you like spoofs, that's exactly what it is. It's like a spoof of Street Fighter. I mean, it's got like the backgrounds that move and interact, and you can't use your arms, of course. It's just dive and kicking. That's the whole object. But
No, not dive kick, Clowns. We're not on that. It's a kick beat.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking about dive kick because I just played that. Sorry, guys, but yeah, kick beat. I just pulled the chaos. No, it is a fun.
You
game.
call me bad.
I liked it. Turtle and I actually played it and talked to each other while we were playing it. It's got a lot of great music, a lot of tracks in there. It really hypes you up as you're playing. And if you're into music rhythm games, that's a game you want to get. The artwork is fantastic. It's just a lot of fun with the story. It is short. Nothing can be done about that. It's a short game, but for $7, it's definitely worth it.
Cool. So that's Kickbeat. Very unusual rhythm game, but shout out to Zen Studios. That was a cool one that Clowns was very fortunate to review. But Turtle's not here, I don't think. But I remember Turtle saying that in the first half of the game, you've played every song, which kind of sucks. But I mean, I think it gets harder as it goes along. So it's worth checking out. I mean, I can't say if it's worth $7, but Clown says it is. So if you're into rhythm games, check it out. Now we'll talk about Dive Kick. That's $7. It's also 30% off this week.
Here we go.
So just dive and kick, right, boys? Dive and kick
with moving backgrounds like Street Fighter, spoof. It's like Saturday Night Live meets Street Fighter. It's fun. The stories behind it are creative. Mm-hmm. And when I play a game, I'm looking at the creative aspect. Like, what kind of creative stuff did the developer do? Because I don't care if the game has got like fantastic graphics and it's got a big hype behind it. I care about, a lot behind the story, the creative aspect of it, add it with the artwork. And that game has that in there. I mean, it's just fantastic. It's like playing a comic book meets Street Fighter on Saturday Night Live. That's exactly what it is.
Sorry to get a little off topic, Clowns, but Pennant goes, can you guys talk about Advanced Warfare, like your opinion and stuff? We actually talked about that on last episode, is that right? Yeah. We talked about that in the last episode, so go check that out on YouTube. We do have it up there, episode 16. We kind of went in depth about that last week, so I don't think we're really going to go into it again this week. Maybe we can just give a really quick summary of what we thought. Same old Assassin?
Yep. The fancy graphics.
Nice graphics, same old. Titanfall rip-off a little bit. Right, Clowns? Same? What do you think?
It's pretty much the same. To me, it feels like Ghosts with jetpacks meets Titanfall with better hit markers and accuracy. Graphics are great in the environment. I think it's fantastic, but to me, it still does not compare to what Infinity Ward has done with Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. Nothing can top those in the series to me. They just got to try harder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think Assassin, you didn't complete the story, did you, Clowns?
No, I didn't complete the campaign.
All right, yeah, Assassin completed the campaign. Assassin, can you just give really quick what you thought about the campaign?
It was worse than probably the Modern Warfare 1, 2, or 3. That's what I'm comparing them to. I mean, they had crappy ending. Kevin Spacey was probably the best thing of it and the only best thing of it.
Cool. All right. So that's our thoughts about that. Go check out episode 16. Just because we don't have enough time to re-talk about that. Yeah, Assassin put the link in the chat for our YouTube channel, so definitely check it out. Piderman says no dedicated servers equals no buy. Yeah, the dedicated servers thing it still sucks in Call of Duty, like we mentioned a little bit earlier. So, hey, I guess they released a patch recently. Didn't they, Assassin? There was a little patch for better connectivity, better pings or something. That really didn't do anything, did it? I don't think it did.
No.
But yeah, so that's our Call of Duty talk. We're gonna go back to deals with gold. So we were talking about Dive Kick. It's just Dive and Kick. This game came out on Steam like a year ago, I think, or so. This was a Kickstarter game at first, and then it got picked up by a more major developer that had a little bit of dough. But it's fun,
Iron
right?
Galaxy.
Iron Galaxy, that was it. Thank you. Yeah, we talked about this a little bit on the prior podcast as well. But I mean, for $7, I mean, it's fun. It's fun. It's a little weird. I mean, it's shallow in terms of the controls, but I mean, for the story, it's kind of zany and fun. So, Clown, do you recommend it for 7?
Yeah, definitely. And I'd like to play Assassin in it and stream it so you guys can see it.
So I can win?
Nice.
So I can win.
Oh,
right.
so I can win.
No, he's got it confused.
Wow.
You're saying it wrong. Assassin wins.
Wow, you guys are ridiculous.
Hashtag Sassy wins.
Oh, we're already doing the hashtag thing. Continuing the chat hashtags. Last game for Deals of Gold is Castle Storm, and I know I've had this game to review for a while, and I haven't done it. I've just been really busy. I'm sorry, Zen Studios. Please forgive me. I love you. This game is really good. It's $10.49, which is 30% off the original price of $50. Holy crap, $15. It's really good. It's like a tower defense game. You have a lot of different weapons, a lot of different ground units you can send out at your disposal. It's like set in medieval times. It's not just tower defense every single round. There are different objectives, like you have to let your ground units collect the flag without getting killed, or you have to collect bags of money, or you have to send out your champion character, which is the human controlled character on the ground unit. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like tower defense meets old school tanks games where you have to take turns firing at each other. Except this one you don't take turns, but you do fire at another castle and try to take that down. So definitely check it out. I think for $10.49 is definitely worth it. So definitely check that one out. Watch some videos, some game clips, and yeah. So that's it for Deals with Gold. Pendant Fungus says, "Do you have Facecam Chaos? Would you like to address that, Chaos?"
I got a bad scar from Murder Ball, so I don't want to show it off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got a face cam. It's just mostly I play in the living room around my family, and I'm trying to keep the internet privately away from my family because stuff can happen, pretty bad stuff. So
Good point. Yep. So yeah, he's got his family around, so that's pretty much why Pendant. But good question. Very good question.
yeah, the whole Murder Ball thing was a joke, so nobody laughed at it except me.
Pendant was like, "What? LOL." Nice. So Deals with Gold for 360. What are the highlights on those? I think Catherine. Oh yeah, we talked about this a little earlier off stream. Catherine is 60% off. That game is really fun and really wacky. I think it is rated M though, which kind of sucks if you're not old enough to buy it. But it's kind of like a puzzle game, but you're within a dream and there's a lot of sex involved. It's really, really weird. I can't really explain it better than that, but you essentially have to climb a tower and do it within a certain amount of time, and you're always in a dream. It's really, really weird. I don't really know a ton about it more than that. to explain it, but I have played it a few times, and I would definitely get it for the $8 or whatever they're asking. What were the other deals you guys mentioned earlier?
Oh, for Black Friday?
No, not Black Friday. For deals with gold for 360, was it Fallout or something? Somebody mentioned that. I think Fallout games are on sale.
Yep.
Like
I'm pulling it
67%
up now.
67% off for that for 360. I can't think of the other ones offhand.
Serious Sam.
Oh, Serious Sam, right? Okay.
Yeah, Serious Sam Double D XXL, BFE and BFE Jewel are now all $329 each. Foul Play $494. Pool Nation $329. And How to Survive $494, which Inferno could talk to us a little bit about.
Oh yeah, How to Survive. That's a really good game. I'm reviewing that right now for Xbox One, the edition that came with all the DLC and with a little bit of revamped graphics. Basically, it's basically a zombie survival game. You put on an island. You have to get off the island, essentially, get away from the zombie infested island. Infested, rather, not infestated. And you have to use whatever's at your disposal. You can make weapons, you can make potions, you can combine stuff. You have to watch your hunger levels, your thirst levels, your sleep levels, and it's really cool. It's it's really deep. It's surprisingly deep for such a cheap and actually small in terms of size game. So definitely check that out.
And just looking at the ratings on that from the Xbox dashboard right now on the arcade, it's got 4 out of 5 stars with 5,159 people that rated it. So that looks pretty solid right there.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty solid. I would definitely give it a try for that discounted price. I mean, it is the 361 did get a little bit of flack for being on the short side, and there were, I think, 6 DLC packs released for it to make up for that. But even for the discounted price, I'd say it's worth it. So definitely check it out. All right, so I think we can move on from that. Gorilla says in the chat, Destiny just released Game Chat. Thought he'd put it out there. That wasn't... They didn't have Game Chat before now? I thought they did. It just didn't work.
No, it doesn't work.
Right, okay. All right, well, that's interesting. I mean, about time. But thank you, Gorilla, for putting that out there.
Well, they had game chat in PvE, but not PvP.
Right. Okay, that was what it was. Okay, so now they've got it all around.
So
That's
now
kind
you
of
can
cool.
talk smack.
Now you can actually talk smack.
Yep.
About damn time. Okay, so that's it for Deals with Gold. A couple quick hitting topics, and then we're out of here. Tony Hawk posted on his Twitter that he is working on a game with Activision to bring the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater old school franchise back to relevance, and they'll be releasing a new game for console and mobile. I'm assuming they're going to be 2 separate games in 2015. So, any Tony Hawk fans here? No? Nobody played Tony Hawk?
A little bit. I played one on the PS1, and then I played Underground 1 and 2.
Gotcha.
I mean, I played a little bit on the PS1, but I don't remember much of it, so can't comment.
Yeah, they were cool games. I mean, you could do like insanely unrealistic tricks on your skateboard, and you chose, one of the professional skateboarders that were out at the time, and they all had their special moves and these wacky special moves that were completely unrealistic, but the whole point was to rack up a ton of score and to collect letters that made up the word score and to collect special items that were on each map and stuff. Definitely old school kind of collect 'em all game. But for fans of the franchise, it's going to be very well appreciated, especially since the recent Tony Hawk releases have been absolute garbage. He tried to sell games on the 360 that came with a skateboard, so you didn't play with a controller. I mean, those flopped miserably. So they're going back to the old school Tony Hawk that worked so damn well on the old generations of consoles like PS1, as Clowns and Assassin said, and the Xbox and GameCube and N64 and all that crap. So yeah, that is Tony Hawk. And just really quick, we're gonna mention that on I think maybe our next podcast or maybe the one after that, we'll be talking about Black Friday deals that we're looking forward to. We're going to go into greater detail. It'll probably be on the next podcast. We'll do it along with GTA. We'll talk about some Black Friday deals and compare the Black Friday ads from Toys R Us, Best Buy, Walmart, Target, all that kind of stuff, just to let you guys know what we're thinking about the deals and what we're going to look out for. But Assassin, you wanted to include this, so what do you think you're going to be getting on Black Friday? Or what deals got you excited on Black Friday? Like, what do you think are pretty good deals so far? Because not all the ads have been released, so.
The movies? I don't know. I don't plan on really shopping on Black Friday.
Wow, you're the one who
sorry.
wanted to mention this.
Well, you said you wanted topics, just in case. I'm like, Black Friday.
Wow, you're the one who wanted to mention this.
You know what? Let's direct it towards Chaos because he has an idea of what he's going for on Black Friday.
Oh, really?
Chaos,
Good.
take it away,
I'm
Chaos.
gonna go pick up Shadow of Mordor and Plants vs Zombies: Garden Warfare.
And how much did you see him for, Chaos?
Shadow of Mordor was for $25, which that is a steal. You might as well go and get it right now.
Yeah, that definitely is.
Absolutely.
And Plants vs Zombies: Garden Warfare was $10 to $15, I think. So that's also very worth it.
Yeah, for $15, that's an absolute no-brainer. If you don't buy PvZ at $15, I mean, if you have the money, you have the extra money, and you're looking for something to buy, and you don't buy that, I don't know about you, man. It's a really good game. It's really, really good. It's deep too, and all the DLC was free. So you're paying $15, you get the awesome game, you get all the DLC packs. It's just amazing.
Yep.
Spider-Man says he's waiting for GameStop to release their Black Friday ad before you make a shopping list. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, they do some pretty good sales. Decent.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that GameStop's not the best I've seen. Wouldn't you agree? Usually.
Yeah. Usually, I mean, on their pre-owned stuff, they usually have some pretty good deals.
Yeah. So yeah, well, exactly what we said, Spider-Man. That's why we can't really talk about it too in depth right now because we haven't seen all the ads; they haven't all come out. So I mean, when we see more of them, we'll talk a little bit more in depth. Maybe go 10 minutes or so talking about it. But for right now, we're just mentioning a few things that we've seen in passing about games that we're really looking forward to. Like Chaos said with Shadow of Mordor, he's been looking to get that for a while, and now it's going to be more than half off of retail. I mean, you can't beat that, right?
Nope.
No,
I'm gonna have about a week off from work to play it, hopefully.
Ooh, wow, yeah, dude.
And that's a great deal for that game. I mean, that game is worth so much more, and it should have been hyped up. $25 is definitely worth it. So if you pass it, and on Black Friday, you see it in the aisle, I'd pick it up.
Yeah, definitely. And that's one of those games that, you know, like you said, Clowns, you kind of mentioned there that it wasn't really hyped up. I think that's one of those games that people, that they don't know too much about, so you may get that game if you don't get there, you know, wait in line. You may be able to snatch that up without actually, you know, waiting in line and camping out or whatnot. So.
And, you know, just to go back real quick, that is one game that was actually complete. It launched as a complete game with no issues. It was fantastic.
Yep.
And every game should launch just like that.
Yep. Definitely agree.
Yeah, I'll definitely elbow an old lady for that game.
Yep.
Good
If
job.
she gets in my way, I'm gonna give her the elbow.
Nice. Oh god. So that's that for Black Friday. I think for me, I'm gonna pick up Evil Within. I think I saw that for $25. That might have been at Best Buy. But when we talk about it again, we'll have definitely where they are at. I think that was at Best Buy. And maybe, even though Clown's going to hate me for saying this, I may get Borderlands pre-sequel for the 360 for $30. I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. I'm a huge Borderlands fan. I'm not going to lie. I mean, that is my favorite game that's ever come out on the 360 besides Assassin's Creed. I'm just a little disappointed. It's not like Borderlands 2. You know, it's not as in depth, or it doesn't take off from the start. And don't play as niche. It's gonna ruin the game. That's all. That's all I can say.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, $60 was maybe a little too much for me to swallow after Clowns had played it and let me know. But I did have it pre-ordered. Canceled my pre-order on launch day, and yeah, I'll probably pick it up for 30. So and there's a bunch of games on Xbox One for 30, $25. So definitely look at those ads and check them out. We'll talk about them more in depth though, like I said. So definitely check back for our opinions about that stuff. But yeah, other than that, I think that's it. Assassin, do you have any other random things that you want to throw in before we call it quits?
I made what is it called in Unity? Some crew or something. Brotherhood. There we go. And Unity, 4 Guys Quarters. So go join that, and don't forget the crew in GTA.
All
4
right,
Guys Quarters.
4 Guys with Quarters for GTA and Assassin's Creed Unity. Go check those out. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Yeah, I think that's it.
Oh, real quick.
yeah.
I don't know if you guys seen this, but Xbox 360 now has a bundle with Peggle 2 for $179.
Yeah, we had that in the last podcast. Thanks for coming. Oh, that's right. You had to leave early. That's right. I forgot
Yeah,
about that.
I did.
No, that's true. That's true. I'm sorry, Clowns. That's true. You had to leave early. Yeah, we had that in the last podcast. $179 for a 4 gig bundle. It's such a waste. I think Walmart. What is it? Walmart. One of the stores is gonna have a $99 4 gig Xbox 360. So
Walmart.
Might as well go to Walmart and pick that up, and then just buy Peggle for $11 or whatever it is on the 360. Call it a day. But that bundle was kind of weak. But yeah, anyway, so that's that for episode 17. We kept it right about an hour. We went a couple minutes over. But thank you guys for coming by. As always, you can find more info at 4guyswithquarters.com. We're having more reviews up there showing up, so definitely go check those out and let us know.
Wolf Among Us.
Yeah, the Wolf Among Us review just went up for Xbox One. So go check that out. Chaos wrote that. It was pretty good.
My grammar was horrible, so thank you for fixing it.
I fixed it. Yeah, you're all good. Don't worry about it. The thoughts were great. That's all that matters. And on YouTube, you can find us. 4 Guys with Quarters is our user, so youtube.com/4GwQPodcast. You can find us on Twitter, 4GwQPodcast. And obviously, you found us on Twitch. If you're watching this live, 4 Guys with Quarters is our Twitch handle. And our contact information has been cycling as usual below our videos, so go check all those out. So, yeah, I think we're done. So, thanks for coming by, as usual.
See you guys on Xbox Culture.
See ya.
Hi.